What is up, everybody? In this new College Football 25 Dynasty series, our goal is to turn the Clemson Tigers back into a powerhouse by winning a national championship within 3 seasons. After a dominant run between 2015 and 2019 that included 4 national championship appearances in 5 years, the Tigers have lost a step in recent years, and last year's 4 losses were the most the program has had since 2011. This team is still undeniably stacked with talent though, and at the heart and soul of this team will be a dominant defense. Led by 94 overall Barrett Carter, 90 overall Peter Woods, as well as 2 talented sophomores in the secondary, including Avion Terrell, and 85 overall free safety Khalil Barnes. On offense, we'll definitely be leaning on 89 overall senior Phil Mafah, who ran for almost 1,000 yards last season and 13 touchdowns. Junior Cade Klubnik will be our starting quarterback this season after he passed for 19 touchdowns last year and 4 rushing touchdowns. I think the position I'm actually the most interested in is our wide receivers because these guys are going to be pretty much with us throughout this entire 3-year journey. TJ Moore is someone I'm really excited about. He's a true freshman and he's a 5-star recruit coming out of Florida. Then we have 90 overall senior Jake Brennenstuhl, who's going to be a really reliable target for us and our most experienced pass catcher. I have to mention true freshman Sammy Brown at middle linebacker. I think he's going to be an immense talent, and he's going to be someone that we really rely on throughout these next 3 seasons. And I mentioned Avion Terrell already, but we also have 2 really talented cornerbacks right underneath him in Shelton Lewis, who's also a sophomore, and Jaden Lucas, who's a junior. I'm going to put together our all-important first recruiting class and get ready to jump into our first game against Georgia. Alright guys, what is up? We are back. Our initial recruiting board is set up. Things are looking pretty good so far. I think some of the loose ends and holes we need to get filled for next season are already coming into shape here. Starting off with Kashawn Knoll, I think running back is one of our most important needs for year 2 with the loss of Phil Mafah after this season. We're already very close to signing the number 4 ranked running back in the nation, Kashawn Knoll. He would be a big signing and could start right away in year 1. And then I feel like you can never have too many offensive linemen, so we did add quite a few just to kind of fill in some of the gaps that we have. The good thing is, we don't have a whole lot of seniors in this team this year. I think we only have 16, so the risk is, because we have a young team and a lot of talented players as well, these guys could leave for the NFL or transfer on any given notice. Since we do lose Barrett Carter, who's one of the best players in the nation after this season, outside linebacker is definitely a priority. I think it's up there with running back as our most important position of need. So we're definitely going to be scouting some outside linebackers. I really like Greg Davis. He's the number 1 left outside linebacker. We could easily move him over to right outside linebacker to fill in for Barrett Carter. We also added Muhammad Moffitt, who's a 4-star prospect, number 8 free safety in the nation. And then I really like Manny Wood. He's a 5-star. He fits the position perfectly. I don't know if we will be able to get him. Georgia does like him a lot, it looks like, as well. So we'll be in quite a competition with them throughout the year, probably on him. Either way, we did add quite a few solid safeties on our list. So I think we should be pretty much covered at that position. As far as sliders and settings, we will be using the sliders from Armor and Sword on Operation Sports. This guy's been making them for years. He's done a really, really amazing job of making this game realistic and also very fun. So we will be using his. And finally, guys, I do want to quickly run down the schedule here before we kick things off. We face number 1 Georgia opening game. You can't get any harder than that, but it is going to be a good test to see how we are for this season, see if we are a playoff caliber team or not. Then we have Appalachian State. Then we do face a number 22 ranked NC State at home, followed by Stanford, who recently joined the ACC this year, obviously. And then another extremely difficult game is going to be on the road against Florida State. That's going to be very difficult. It's going to be a really rough start, and then it's going to get a little bit easier after that. Luckily, we do face Wake Forest on the road, followed by Virginia. We have a bye week, and then we face a ranked Louisville team, Virginia Tech on the road, which is never easy, and then Pittsburgh facing FCS Southeast. That should hopefully be a pretty easy win, and then we close out with South Carolina. With that being said, guys, let's kick off this season. Let's try to make the playoffs, and let's have a great year 1. Our big season opener against Georgia couldn't have gone off to a much worse start. A 30-yard touchdown from Georgia and a Cade Klubnik interception put us down by 10 just a couple minutes into the game. Klubnik and the offense would settle down a bit after that, and 5-star freshman TJ Moore wasted little time scoring his first college touchdown early in the second quarter. Although Georgia was clearly the better team this game, we fought tooth and nail with the number 1 team in the country throughout the game. It looked like we were going to cut their deficit to single digits in the second half, but this 78-yard pick 6 from Smile Mondon put this game to bed. We ended up scoring a few late field goals to make this game look a little closer than it really was, but still, the fact that we were competitive against the best team in the nation will hopefully pay off as the season goes along. With the loss dropping us out of the top 25, I was hoping to see a much better showing in our first home game of the season against Appalachian State. We got exactly that from our offense, with Cade Klubnik airing it out for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, each to different receivers. We ended up winning this game pretty comfortably, 31-21. Next up, we faced NC State in the Textile Bowl without our star running back Phil Mafah, who will be out for the next 3 games with a broken thumb. With revenge on our mind after losing to NC State last season, the defense showcased why it's one of the best in the country, punishing quarterback Grayson McCall throughout the game and picking him off 3 times, on way to a comfortable 29-7 win. We followed up our win against NC State with a tight victory over new ACC foe Stanford, with Cade Klubnik throwing for over 380 yards, Jarvis Green scoring a pair of touchdowns, and freshman star TJ Moore going for 3 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. This would set up what I expected to be our second toughest game of the season, a road game against Florida State. Despite being on a 3-game losing streak, this team is still definitely dangerous and our biggest threat for an ACC title. It was clear that the hostile Florida State crowd had gotten into our players' heads early on, and we quickly found ourselves down 17-0 with the game dangerously close to being over before halftime. We found some life with this 2-yard touchdown run by Keith Adams to cut the Seminoles' lead to 10, but with a chance to head into halftime only down by 7, Robert Gunn's 51-yard field goal went just wide. Things didn't get much better in the third quarter, and the Seminoles once again found the end zone after this touchdown run by Lawrence Toafili. The offense finally started to open things up down 17 and found a spark after this great diving catch by freshman TJ Moore to quickly set up Keith Adams' second touchdown of the game. Down 10 with 1 quarter remaining, the defense stepped up and put the ball back in our offense's hands, which was quickly starting to heat up. Robert Gunn redeemed himself with this big 45-yard kick, cut Florida State's lead to 7. Once again, we needed the defense to get us another stop, and this big pass deflection by Jaden Lucas would give us one more shot at tying this thing up. Keith Adams continued his breakout game by picking up not 1, but 2 fourth downs on his way to a 3rd touchdown run of the game to tie us up at 24. Despite the momentum shifting dramatically to our side, Florida State's offense finally got back in a groove in the final minute, and credit has to be given to our former quarterback for setting his team up to win it late. Unfortunately, we narrowly missed blocking this field goal, and we'd see our comeback hopes fall just short. The loss would see us drop to 3-2 and 22nd overall, and we quickly had to pick ourselves up if we had any hope of making the playoffs and potentially winning the ACC. We definitely got on track in our next game against Wake Forest, thanks in large part to the return of star running back Phil Mafah, who missed the last 3 games with a broken thumb. Mafah's return gave this team a much-needed boost as he ripped off big run after big run, resulting in a comfortable 23-6 win over the Demon Deacons. Once again, a ton of credit has to be given to this defense, which forced 3 turnovers and looked absolutely dominant all day. The win also earned us our first signing of the season, with the country's 8th-ranked free safety committing to the Tigers after the game. Our next game had a lot riding on it against Virginia, with several of our big-name recruits in attendance, and luckily, we handled our business and cruised to a comfortable 18-point win. Most importantly, it secured the commitments of 2 massive 5-star signings, outside linebacker Greg Davis and free safety Devontae Benedict. What's up, guys? Now that the season's more than halfway over, I just quickly wanted to jump in and show the top 25, as well as the ACC standings and some of our stats as well. So I think pretty generously we are ranked 8th, so we are in the top 10 despite being 5-2. I am pretty happy with being in the top 10 with a decent chance to make it into the playoffs if we take care of business these final games. Closing out the top 25, you see some of these teams like Miami are 6-2, Georgia Tech, Baylor, NC State, which was a tough game for us earlier in the year, and then Ole Miss and Oklahoma. So the ACC is definitely tight this year. It's a very competitive conference this season. SMU ranked 11th in the country. They're 7-1. We're right below with a 5-2 record, 4-1 in conference. Miami's right there with us, 3-1. Syracuse is having a good year at 5-2 and 3-1 in conference. Virginia Tech, who we play in a couple weeks, is going to be our last very difficult game to end the season. They're 3-1. Florida State, who beat us, are basically mid-pack with a 5-2 record. This is a very competitive conference with a lot of ranked teams, so it's by no means over with. And just to kind of go through the stats on our end, I think Cade Klubnik's done a really good job managing games, getting us victories, putting us in good positions to win. 11 touchdowns so far this year, 6 interceptions, which is pretty good. Phil Mafah is our leading rusher despite missing 3 games. He has 308 yards and 2 touchdowns. And then right below him, our backup Jarvis Green has done really well. He's a redshirt freshman with 4 touchdowns. We put running back as our top priority in recruiting, but despite that, we've had a really good showing by our backup running backs while Mafah's been injured. Keith Adams only started playing him recently, and he has 5 touchdowns already. He's leading our backfield in touchdowns. And then Jay Haynes has had some good carries as well for us. Our receiver, we've had some really good production from our young receiving core. Tyler Brown leads our team with 413 yards. Jake Bridenstool leads our team with 39 catches as a senior. We're going to definitely miss him. And then Troy Stellato has been really solid for us as well. He leads our team in touchdowns with 33 catches, 356 yards. Antonio Williams has had a nice season already, 335 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then true freshman TJ Moore, who I'm extremely excited about in the future. He has 316 yards, 2 touchdowns, and I think he's going to be even better for us later down the year. Over on defense, again, our unit, I think, is one of the best in the country. It's definitely one of the best defenses I've played with on this game. They're very, very good. Wade Woodaz, left outside linebacker, is our leading tackler with 43 tackles. Avion Terrell's been a shutdown corner for us despite not having any interceptions. I think a lot of teams just try to avoid throwing on his side. Barrett Carter has been outstanding like we all knew he would be. He has 5 sacks already halfway through the season. He's on pace to have double-digit sacks hopefully for us. Peter Woods has been awesome as well. 2.5 sacks. He's been a force in the middle. And then right next to him, DeMonte Capehart has 4.5 sacks. He's going to be a big loss on this team, and I think defensive tackles is going to have to be a position that we improve on in the offseason as well. Also got to mention Shelton Lewis. Mentioned him at the very beginning of this video as someone to look out for. He's been outstanding as a sophomore. He has 3 interceptions. He's been really good next to Avion Terrell. And then lastly, I did want to mention TJ Parker, who's another sophomore. We have so many good young players on this team. He's been on the opposite side of Barrett Carter, and he's produced really well for us as well with 3.5 sacks. So just an update on the recruiting side. I've been really happy with the quality of players we've been able to bring in so far. We've been able to improve on our already really good defense. Greg Davis, the number 1 left outside linebacker in the country, committed, as did Devontae Benedict, the number 1 free safety in the country. We also brought in 4-star gem Leon Brams at tight end. We do lose Jake Bridenstool after the season, so tight end is definitely a priority. He's the 5th ranked tight end in the country. That's a very good signing for us. And then also strengthening our secondary is Mohamed Moffitt, who was the first commit we got this season. I also have to mention Fatu Blizzard. He's the number 1 center as well. He's only a 4-star, but I'm very happy with that. But the one that I'm very disappointed that we lost is Kashawn Noel. He was one of my highest regarded recruits. We were number 1 on his list almost the entire season, and then he just committed to Alabama. That's going to be a disappointment for sure. But on the good side, our backup running backs, who are all young freshmen, sophomores, they've done really good in Phil Moffa's absence. So we may end up just rolling with that trio that we have right now, but it would be nice to add one more piece to our running game. With that being said, guys, let's get ready to face the Louisville Cardinals at home. Let's jump in. Things went exactly as planned in our next game at home against a struggling Louisville team. We mixed up the run and pass pretty well in this one and hit freshman TJ Moore on this great play-action pass for his 3rd touchdown of the season. Senior tight end Jake Bridenstool once again showed how reliable he is for us with a team-high 8 catches for 87 yards. Louisville did try to make things interesting late in the 4th quarter with this 37-yard touchdown by Chris Bell, but sophomore corner Shelton Lewis ended any chance of a comeback with this great interception in the back of the end zone. We won this game 24-8 to move us to 6-2 on the year and set up another huge game on the road against Virginia Tech. The Hokies came into this game having just fallen out of the top 25 after losing to Syracuse on the road, and were definitely hungry to spring an upset on us in front of a jam-packed Lane Stadium. We had a chance to get on the board first with a field goal from Robert Gunn, but the deafening noise of the stadium was a bit too much for our sophomore kicker, who shanked it pretty bad. Our offense had probably its worst half of football all season, and a lot of credit has to be given to Virginia Tech for completely shutting down Cade Klubnik and our playmakers on offense. While our offense struggled throughout the first 2 quarters, our defense kept us in this game. Tied at 0-0 early in the 2nd quarter, our defense came up with a big interception from sophomore Kylan Griffin. At this point, I felt like we had all the momentum in this one, and foolishly called for a deep ball on our very next play on offense. Unfortunately, we ended up giving the ball right back to V-Tech. Unlike us, the Hokies made sure to capitalize on the turnover, with quarterback Iron Drones connecting with Ollie Jennings for an 8-yard touchdown. For the first time all season, we went into halftime without scoring a single point. Things opened up dramatically in the second half, and the offense was given a huge spark from this 45-yard catch and run by Phil Mafah. 3 plays later, Mafah found the end zone and tied this game up at 7. But the tie wouldn't last long. VTech senior running back Bayshul Tutton broke off a nice 16-yard run. And Kyron Jones once again hit Ollie Jennings for a huge 32-yard pickup. This set up this absolutely punishing touchdown from Tutton that would knock our safety RJ Mickens out for the rest of the game. We weren't going to go away quietly though, and Klubnik finally started heating up near the end of the third quarter. One of his best passes of the game came when he connected with TJ Moore on this big 3rd and long play. After another completion to Moore at the start of the fourth quarter, Keith Adams pounded the ball in the end zone for his 6th touchdown of the season to once again draw us level. Once again though, Virginia Tech was able to drive the ball on our defense. This 24-yard reception from Steven Gosnell would take the Hokies into the red zone once again. Facing adversity for the first time in several games, the defense had to come up with a big 3rd down stop on 3rd and 6. The Hokies were able to convert on this 29-yard field goal, but being down by just 3 points instead of 7 was exactly the boost our offense needed. Klubnik was nearly unstoppable in this late drive, spreading the ball out perfectly to our receivers. And with just under 2.5 minutes to go, Mafah continued his dominant day by giving us the lead 21-17. After we got the ball back with a couple minutes to go, it was Virginia Tech's turn to make a big defensive stop, stuffing Keith Adams on back-to-back plays to give the ball back to their offense for one last chance. Drones once again put the team on his back, executing a perfect 2-minute drive by converting on this do-or-die 4th down play for 28 yards, followed by a 17-yard completion to Nick Gallo, and a 1st down at Tutton out of the backfield. Down to our 10-yard line with less than 30 seconds to go, it was now or never for our defense to make a play. Coming out of an empty formation, Drones thought about taking it into the end zone with his legs. This moment of hesitation was all Shelton Lewis needed to make this absolutely clutch game-winning interception, helping us narrowly escape a big upset loss. Despite the huge win putting us at 7-2, we dropped 2 places in the rankings to number 7, where we'd face a struggling 2-7 Pittsburgh team on the road next. Man, so I wanted to jump on just to quickly say something about this. Holy cow, 7 touchdowns, 450 yards against Pitt. It is not an exaggeration at all that Pitt is a struggling team. I was not expecting this. I didn't think it was going to be a super important game, which is why we were simming it, but man, I was not expecting something like that. What a game. So yeah, we definitely did win this one, luckily. Not quite the blowout I expected. We did win by 18 points, but I was expecting a little bit more. But let's take a look at these stats here. 524 yards of total offense. Pittsburgh, to their credit, had almost 400, so they were obviously slinging the ball a lot, I'd imagine, to try to get back in this game. Let's start with Pitt's quarterback real quick. Eli Holston, 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, so he had a good game. Let's look at Cade Klubnik real quick, the more important one for sure. 7 touchdowns, 457 yards. I think he came into this game with like 14 or 15 touchdowns, so this just gave him a crazy boost of production. So it looks like it was Tyler Brown and Troy Stellato who were the ones who benefited the most. The one between the two, that's probably a nicer one, is Tyler Brown, to be honest, because he was like 4th, I think, on our team in yards. So this just gave him a huge boost, and it's great to see him have a game like this. Troy Stellato has been one of our best receivers all season. He had 4 touchdowns, I believe, going into this game. So we only have 2 games to go, and right now we're 5th in the country. I like our chances a lot of making the playoffs. We have FCS Southeast next, and we have a 2-8 South Carolina team who may not be much better than Pittsburgh. I'm thinking about simming both of these games, but I do want to just see how the ACC standings are looking like right now. So we are in first place, but really I think it's just because a lot of these teams haven't played an extra game yet. Syracuse, Miami, and SMU are all either 5-1 or 6-1, so they're right on our heels. So just like we thought, we did beat FCS Southeast pretty easily, 35-7. We did jump to 3rd in the country, which is great to see. So Klubnik had a little bit tamer of a game, still had a solid performance though, 247 yards, 2 touchdowns. Troy Stellato continues to have just a huge end of the season. Another pair of touchdowns for him, 125 yards. So it does look like Miami lost in the last game, but SMU and Syracuse are still there. So there's no guarantee that, both of these teams win and we somehow lose to South Carolina in the last game. So we definitely will play this game out, hope for the best, and then let's just try to beat South Carolina and get to the playoffs. While we had a ton on the line in this final regular season game, South Carolina had nothing but pride to play for, and sometimes that can be dangerous. South Carolina wasn't going to lay down and let us win, especially with this being a rivalry game, and came out swinging with this huge 46-yard gain on the second play of the game. Luckily, our defense settled down on the opening drive, and South Carolina kicker Mason Love missed a pretty easy field goal. Our offense capitalized pretty quickly and marched down the field before junior Adam Randall found the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Despite playing as tough as they could, South Carolina had no answer for our talented playmakers on offense. The highlight of the game for me came when backup running back Jay Haynes got some extra carries near the end of the game. The sophomore took full advantage of the extra touches and made this absolutely nasty hurdle over a South Carolina defender to score his first touchdown of the season. We closed out the regular season by beating our rivals 24-10 and earning our trip to the ACC Championship. All right, guys, looks like we're going to be facing number 12 Miami in the ACC Championship. This is going to be a pretty interesting game. Obviously, haven't played them in the regular season. And despite the fact we're number 2 in the country, I am a little worried about this game, to be honest. I feel like we haven't had the hardest schedule for being a number 2 ranked team. Obviously, we faced Georgia off the bat, and kind of through no fault of our own, a lot of these teams that were ranked earlier in the year when we played them are no longer ranked or just weren't all that great. So we had Georgia, we had Florida State, both those teams we lost to. So really the best team that we probably beat this season was probably Virginia Tech, which isn't saying a lot. I don't know if they finished the year ranked or not. We may not even beat any teams at end of the season ranked, to be honest with you. So we'll see if the number 2 rankings deserved or not in this game. I think it's going to be a good indication how we're going to do in the playoffs. So Miami's been a kind of interesting team this year. I feel like they are 9-3 right now, 6-2 in the conference. Obviously they did good beating Florida on the road, but the Gators did finish 5-7, and then they somehow lost to Ball State. Probably blame that more on the game just kind of being fluky, at least early on when this game came out. Hopefully it got patched. I'm not really 100% sure, but we'll just credit that to being a fluke. They did beat some pretty decent teams in Virginia Tech, just like us. Cal, Louisville, they dominated. Florida State, they lost to, just like we did. We played Florida State a little bit tougher than that, though. Then they killed Duke, killed Georgia Tech. They lost to Wake Forest by 2 scores. And then they beat a number 13th ranked Syracuse team by 15. So this is going to be a pretty good team. I just want to take a look at their stats real quick as well. So Reese Poffenbarger has been pretty good this year. 27 touchdowns to just 7 interceptions. Running game's been pretty solid. Oregon State transfer Damian Martinez, 3 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards. Touchdowns haven't really been there for him, but he definitely has been doing pretty good with a 6.4 average. As far as receiver, they're pretty balanced, to be honest. Jacoby George, 7 touchdowns, 690 yards. Right below him is Xavier Restrepo. He's been really solid. I know he's a good player. Joshua Trader, 6 touchdowns. So this is a pretty balanced offense, I would say. Over on defense, they do have quite a few guys who've had a lot of interceptions. Robert Stafford, who's only a redshirt freshman, has 4 interceptions, which is really impressive. And then on the other side, you have Dante Langston, who has 3 interceptions as a senior, so he's been really good as well. So it's going to be a little tough potentially throwing on these guys. Marley Cook, redshirt senior, has 7 sacks, so our offensive line's definitely going to have to try and block him. Their other defensive tackle looks like he has 5.5 sacks too, so it's going to be a pretty solid team. I think we're going to match up pretty evenly with them, and it's going to be a pretty difficult one. So hopefully we stay focused and just don't look too far ahead to the playoffs, because you just never know how the brackets are going to work out, and with this being the first season and just how the rankings can be on this game, you never know if one loss here could potentially end our chances of winning a national championship. All right, it is ACC Championship time. Should be a great game. Going to be a really tough test for us, and it's going to be really interesting to see how we perform here. And if we have any chance of making a deep run into the playoffs, we definitely got to take care of business here. Said Bringenstool in motion. He's going to be open. But he gets tackled right away. It's only going to be a 1-yard gain, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 already. Looks like they're in man coverage. They're going to be blitzing. But it took a little bit too long to develop, but we are going to have to punt the ball right off the bat there. So Cam Ward is in the game, and it's important to know, I didn't mention it initially, he was injured for a good chunk of the year, which is why Reese Poffenbarger had so many touchdowns. Right off the bat, they're going to get the ball to midfield as I'm blabbering away. So Cam Ward is back. It looks like he hasn't missed a beat. It's a nice completion on their opening play. A little screen play. Man, our defense has just gotten hit right in the mouth. They picked up 30 yards just on 2 plays there. They do have 4 receivers, so not guaranteed they're going to be running it. Look like they're going to go to screenplay. Oh, we just missed it, though. Just missed it. Barrett Carter was so close to stuffing that for no gain. Once again, bringing a guy in motion. They're going to run it again with Martinez. Oh, Martinez just breaks a tackle, and he just walks into the end zone. That is a very, very poor opening drive from both sides of the ball. myself and probably the entire team have not woken up yet. Oh, wow. As soon as I dropped back, he immediately got sacked. And we are once again punting it. Second straight 3 and out. We're going to be giving the ball right back to Miami. Faking the jet sweep. I'm sure they're going to be running the actual jet sweep as well. It's got to be mindful of that. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Once again, the screenplay kills us, and they are going to pick up first down. So that's been really their whole game so far. Miami's at midfield, 3rd and 4. Oh, a little bubble screen. Great play call. Missed tackle after missed tackle, and they're going to pick up another huge gain. They'll bring up a big 3rd and 4. Two guys just kind of standing around. George is wide open, and it's going to pick up another first down. We might be going down by 2 touchdowns here in the next play or two. This has been a really, really bad opening quarter. Once again, bringing the guy in motion. Defense does a pretty good job there. Stephanie Martinez. Haven't been able to stop him at all on 3rd down. This is going to be a big 3rd down play. And that's kind of on me too, not guarding the middle, but way too easy. About as bad of a first quarter as you could possibly have, but luckily there's a long way to go. We're going to have to get the ball out quick. We're going to have to be aggressive a little bit more for sure. Hit Jake Brennan's still here on the opening drive. We are going to finally pick up a first down. Just like that, 3rd and 10. Are going to get him on the drag route. We do get a little lucky. That wasn't a great throw. Nice job by Brown to pick that up. We're going to bring up a big 3rd and 3 here. Mafah should be open in the backfield. When we get into the end zone, it's going to be close. It's going to get down to the 2-yard line. We are going to give the ball to Keith Adams here. Despite their D-line breaking through, we do find the end zone. So our offense did their job last drive. Let's see if the defense can respond now. Another bubble screen. Great play by Lucas. 2nd 11. Ooh, the crossing route got us. Cam Ward has been on absolute fire. Going to be 2nd and 9. They are going to go empty. Wonder if they're going to be bringing a guy in motion here. Yep. Once again, the jet toss. They do a great job defending it. Again, hopefully we can just kind of get better and better at kind of reading these plays as they go along. Going to go running it, surprisingly. Another great play by Jaden Luke. It is going to bring up a 4th down for the first time this game. Well, that's a nice play by Brown. Can he get to the outside? Come on. That's a great punt return. 3rd and 3, we are going to go play action. I do like more here if he can shake off the cornerback, who is blitzing. He should be open. We do hit him. Not the best throw, but it's going to pick up a first down to the 30-yard line. I like either of our running backs, probably Mafah because you'll have more space, but I like either one of our running backs here out of the backfield. It is kind of covered. And that's a great throw to Antonio Williams. Great ball by Klubnik. It is going to get us down to the red zone. Just like that, we might be able to tie this. 3rd and goal from the 8. Brennan Sewell's going to go in motion. Don't like a lot of things I'm saying. Oh, touchdown. Whew. Well, like I was saying, I didn't see a lot there initially, but then right there, Stellato was waving his hand. I'm like, okay, got to hit him. So it's very important that we don't allow at least a touchdown here. They do get the ball back to start the second half. They're going to run it to Martinez, who finds a big opening, trucks our defender, and just like that, they're almost in midfield. If they score a touchdown, they could easily go back up 2 scores in the second half. Once again, a bubble screen. Oh, we almost intercepted. We almost tackled him for a loss. Instead, we missed the tackle. And he's going to go all the way down to the 41. So 3rd and 4 here. Going to be very important to get a stop. Oh, an interception. Even better. Even better. That was Avion Terrell. Huge play. I kind of got beat myself, and that he totally made up for that. Great play. So we are going to go out of empty right now. 1.5 to go. 28-yard line. This is a big play right here. Stellato is open. It's not a good throw, though, unfortunately. It's going to be 4th and 1. It's going to bring up a big decision. It would obviously be smart to punt it here, but we're not always that smart, and we are going to run the ball here with Keith Adams, who does luckily pick it up. That was a great hard-nosed run. Oh, Tyler Brown was wide open. Unfortunately, I waited a little too long on that. Once again, that's going to set up a third down play. We're most likely look for Keith Adams out of the backfield. It's hit hard, but he does make a great catch for us to get a first down. 20 seconds to go. Hit Tyler Brown on the left. He does make the big catch and gets out of bounds to the 11-yard line with 13 seconds to go. Fortunately, I really want to score a touchdown here, but I don't want to turn the ball over. I will take a field goal if we need to. Oh, man. And he was wide open. The corner got beat, but unfortunately made a great play at the last second, and I think we're going to have to kick a field goal here. So we are going to go into halftime up by 3 points. We would have liked to have scored a touchdown there, although we weren't expected to score any points before halftime, so I will take the 3, but still, that is going to bring up halftime. That was a great response after a disastrous first quarter. I'm glad we are taking the lead, but long way to go, and we did not look all that great, especially in the first quarter. If Miami's offense starts to click again, we could be in trouble. Oh, man. Martinez once again kills us on the ground. That's going to bring up first down from the 43-yard line. Fortunately, Woodhouse gets blocked pretty well, and once again, Martinez is going to pick up almost a second first down. Alan Griffin comes flying in there and gets a nice tackle. Just puts his body on the line. That's really what you have to do against a guy like Martinez. He's been so dangerous so far this year and so far in this game. Oh, man. Terrell gets a little turned around there. It's going to be a big first down for him. But Miami is continuing just to march down the field. We've had no answer for them defensively here. Oh, the RPO totally faked out our defense. That was a nice play call, I have to say. You just have to sell out on the blitz here. Assume they're going to be running it. It's a great play from Sammy Brown, true freshman who's had a great year. Ooh, they opt to give it back to Martinez, and we are going to force a fourth down. That was a massive stop considering we had no answer for them at all. So I will take a field goal for them. They make a red zone stop on us. We make one on them. And it's going to be 17-17. Really want to establish the running game more. We've been a little quiet running the ball. We've been trailing for a good majority of this game, so we've had to pass it. I do want to get Mafah more involved. Take it down to the 27. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Mafah's been so reliable for us this season. We're going to give the ball right back to him on 3rd and 2. It's a great cutback, and he's going to pick up a big first down. 2nd and 3 from the 43-yard line. We're having a nice drive, a nice response from that field goal. Unfortunately, it's going to be a flag. That's probably going to be a hold. That hurts. That really hurts. Instead of a 3rd and 2, it's going to be a 2nd and 13. So we're going to get Jay Haynes back in the game. He had a great game last time. We're going to hit him with the screenplay, see if we can make something happen. He does have a nice run after the catch. Bring it down to 3rd and 1. We feel pretty comfortable with the running game we're going to have next year. But with that being said, it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 from the 45-yard line. Going to hand the ball off right back to Mafah, who just barely misses it. It's going to bring up 4th and inches. Keith Adams has been so reliable for us on these short distance plays. We're going to hand the ball right off to him, right in the middle. And he pounds his way in to bring us down to midfield and pick up a nice first down. We're going to keep Adams in the game right at midfield. We're going to do a little play action, either maybe hit Antonio Williams deep. We haven't tried a deep ball yet. He might be open, actually. He is open. Can we hit him? Come on, get there. Yeah, baby. First deep ball all game. I don't think they're expecting it. They're probably thinking a little short, dinky pass, but we go long to Antonio Williams. It wasn't the best throw, but he just gets under it. He uses his speed to catch up to that pass. That is an awesome catch and an awesome effort from Williams to give us a huge lead. Let's hope our defense can settle down a little bit, force a stop. That'll give us a lot of momentum if we can get a turnover or force them to punt here. Oh, just as I say that, Barrett Carter almost had an interception. He's not known for his hands necessarily, but it did hit him right in his hands. That would have, especially with them being on their 16-yard line, it's too early to say that would have ended the game, but that would have given us a huge boost. A touchdown there would have maybe won us the game. They're going to go a little screenplay to Martinez, who's been by far their best player of the game. They're going to send a tight end in motion. And we do force a 4th and inches. It looks like Miami is going to play it conservatively and punt it. So the ball is going to go back into our offense's hands. And if we can get one more touchdown here, or even a field goal to make it a 10-point game, it's going to put a lot of pressure on Miami. Phil Mafah is going to kick us off on this drive with a huge first down. 43 seconds to go before the end of the 3rd quarter. They do respond well and hit Mafah for no gain. So that is going to bring up the 4th quarter. It's been a very back and forth game, just like we expected. Miami has been a very, very tough opponent. But now with the ball in our hands going into the 4th quarter, if we can get at least a field goal, I don't want to say that's going to end the game, but it's going to give us a huge advantage. Oh, it hits Tyler Brown right in the hands. I mean, to be fair, he did get hit pretty good there, but unfortunately he's going to drop it. We're going to have to punt the ball back to him. They're going to send their tight end in motion. Oh, Lucas, not a bad job staying on that. Unfortunately, Ward just fits it in perfectly. He's only had 4 incompletions all. Now they're right at midfield. Once again, their tight end's going to go in motion. Oh, man, the O-line clears a huge path for Martinez. Once again, they hit a screenplay. We weren't expecting it, and they're going to pick up another first down. Jacoby George is almost at 100 yards on 8 catches. So just like that, they have marched all the way down the field. Now to the 17. Martinez is going to go in motion. Oh, Terrell can't make the tackle. Nobody can make the tackle. And they're going to tie the game. That's really just all on our defense and just poor tackling. Terrell bounces right off of him. He takes 5-6 hits and still gets into the end zone. That's just not very good defense. So I do want to get the ground game going a little bit more. I don't want to give Miami much time if we do have to punt it or can't score here. So we are going to try to run the ball quite a bit on this last drive. Keith Adams gets lit up, but he does hold on to the ball luckily and pick up 6 yards. Massive 3rd and 3 here. Delato's open. And he holds on to the ball. That's a great catch from one of our most reliable receivers this year. That was a big first down when we needed it. Gives us a little bit of momentum. Kind of calms down the Miami fans a bit. We're trying to hit Mafah here on this out route. Should be open. He's going to have a lot of space. Come on, Phil. Good run. Great run. Had all that space on the left-hand side. Mafah's so fast and explosive. Once he gets the ball in his hands, he's off. So 1st and 10 after the 2-minute warning. We're down to the 39-yard line. Still have some work to do. We're going to hit more here. Miami does make a great play to bring him down. Not in a huge rush with a minute 40 to go and 3 timeouts, so we are going to run the ball with Mafah. Unfortunately, they were all over that. I shouldn't have called an RPO, probably. He stuffed us, and just like that, it's going to be 3rd and 10. So that's going to bring up a big 3rd and 10 play. That was a bad play call on my end. Potentially we could hit Mafah, or we could hit either Stellato or Moore. Those are the kind of the 3 options I like. I like Mafah right there. Can he hold on to it? And he does. Man, I had to wait a second there because it went right to timeout as soon as he caught the ball. That's a massive, massive catch from our senior. Still a little bit of a ways away, in my opinion, for a comfortable field goal, but that is a massive, massive first down. We're going to get the ball right back to Phil Mafah, who's heating up. He's going to pick up 2 yards, force Miami to use another timeout. There's really no reason for us to try to pass the ball here. We're just going to keep trying to grind it out, get this as makeable of a field goal as we can for Robert Gunn. Keith Adams, another big first down. Another powerful run, and Miami has to use their last timeout. Keep inching our way down. Do a touch pass to Stellato. He's got a lot of space. He might even be able to get in the end zone. Just got to be smart with the ball, line things up. It would be nice to score a touchdown, but there's really no need to. We want to make this essentially an extra point. Pitch it to Mafah. He's going to get stuffed, but it's okay. He's going to set up really as easy of a field goal as we can make it. We're going to call a timeout here with just a couple seconds. See if we can win it with Robert Gunn. A lot of pressure on Robert Gunn, the sophomore kicker. But with this, he can send us to the playoffs. And he does, and we are the ACC champions on a walk-off field goal. Can't ask it for much better than that. That was a phenomenal job by our offense. A huge third down completion. Great catch from Phil Mafah to keep the drive alive. And Robert Gunn ends this game, and we are going to make the playoffs. We might be the #1 ranked team heading in the playoffs, whether that's deserved or not. And we win a very, very hard-fought and intense ACC championship. And now the real work starts. So Dylan Gabriel from Oregon does win the Heisman for this season. A pretty dominant 39 touchdown year, over 4,000 yards. Actually a pretty nice surprise. TJ Parker has been really, really outstanding. I wasn't expecting him or really checking the award finalists, but he's going to win the Best Defensive Player of the Year award with 9 sacks, 23 tackles, 19 of those being for a loss. Shelton Lewis, talk about another person who wins a well-deserved award. He had so many clutch interceptions. Phenomenal player. Again, only a sophomore. I mean, this defense, if they stay together, is going to be really scary. And the awards just keep piling on for our defense. Barrett Carter, we just talked about him. 32 tackles, 2 pass deflections. I wish they would have shown the number of sacks he had. I think it was, off the top of my head, maybe 7 or so. He had a really good year. The senior ends his career with a nice award. All right, college football playoffs are here, and we will be facing Texas A&M in the quarterfinals. So just taking a look at the initial bracket here, Liberty, right off the bat, actually had a pretty nice upset over Michigan, as did Utah, beating Georgia 39-36. Oregon took care of business against Iowa, and then Texas A&M beat Oklahoma 23-21. So we will be facing the Aggies next, with a chance to either face a really, really tough Alabama or Oregon in the semifinals. I'm super excited to play our first playoff game. Texas A&M looks like it's going to be a pretty decent challenge for sure. Dangerous ball. Luckily, Stellato comes down with that. That was not a great pass or decision on my end. Jake Britton still should be open. Unfortunately, can't bring it down. That had to be a quick timing play, and we just couldn't get there. It's going to set up a 3rd and 4 right at midfield, pretty much. Antonio Williams, once again, the ball hits our receiver in the hands. They can't come down with it. We're going to have to punt the ball away. We're going to run it. Oh, but Ruben Owens is just breaking tackle after tackle. Holy cow. Jeez, I don't know if I've seen a better individual effort than that. He's not going to go down just on one hit, it looks like. None of these guys are. Man, again, another missed tackle. Our tackling has just been awful this game. They're going deep. Avion Terrell is all over that, and he picks it off. He's going to have some space to return this, too, I think. Gets it down to the 18-yard line. That kind of calms things down a little bit because Texas A&M was just driving the ball all over us. They send Stellato in motion. I'm going to try to hit it deep. The safety's right there, though. Oh, my goodness, he caught it. I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be an incompletion or interception. It ends up being a touchdown. Troy Stellato's going to get us on the board. Doesn't hurt to be a little lucky every now and then. We don't throw a whole lot of deep balls. We got very, very lucky there. Let's check this out. Saw the safety late, but by the time I'd already thrown it. I guess he just tried to make an interception or make a big play. He totally whiffed on it. That was a great catch in hindsight from Stellato. He's going to get into the end zone, give us an early lead. Owens once again shredding us. Little bubble screen that killed us last game against Miami. It's going to work again. It's going to be 1st and 10 A&M on our 30-yard line. Good pressure from Brown. It's not going to matter, though, and Calhoun's taking it down to the red zone. So a big 3rd and goal here from the 3-yard line. Defense needs to try to make a stop here. Moss, oh my goodness, he goes right past our defense. Dives in the end zone. And he strikes the Heisman pose. Randall's going to return it for us. Ooh, Randall has an opening. He might be able to take it. Come on, beat him. Oh, and he kind of wears out there. I think that might have even surprised him, too. We have not taken a kick return even past like the 30-yard line all season. We almost scored, and he just kind of almost gave up or went limp there at the end. With that being said, he still gave us a good return. We got to make sure we capitalize on it now. Mafah does a great job to pick up 9 yards. Again, it's a priority to capitalize on that big punt return. Tyler Brown's wide open down the middle. 2nd and 7, 48 seconds to go before halftime. TJ Moore, nice play down the middle. The defenders run into each other, and he's going to get into the end zone. 14-7 right before halftime. We are able to capitalize on the great kick return from Randall. And hopefully we can just stop them these final 40 seconds. We can go into halftime with a lead. We're at 1st and 10. They're going to do a little screen play to Owens. They have maybe the best duo of running backs I think I've seen all season. They use both of these guys so well. Be down to the 37 with 34 seconds to go. Bring a guy in motion. Play action. Oh man, again Owens. He can run the ball, he can catch the ball. This guy can do everything for him. Wegman only has 2 incompletions, one of those being an interception. Oh wow. Obviously, it's better than giving up a touchdown, but with 30 or 40 seconds to go before halftime, you don't like to see giving up any points at all. 2 more quarters. Our season is on the line for sure. This is definitely not an easy game whatsoever. It's going to set up 3rd and 5. Be great to get him on a 3 and out. We get a huge sack. Peter Woods once again comes up clutch. We're not going to get creative here. We're going to go right back to Mafah. Oh, man. The D-line blows him up. He's going to lose a yard. Oh, shoot. Well, I debated it quite a bit. I think we are going to punt it here with the hope that we can pin him inside like the 15 or so. It's not going to be as good of a punt as I wanted, and he's going to return it too. It's about a 30-yard difference, more or less. Oh, man, 18 is wide open across the middle. Should have been a bit more aggressive, maybe. Oh, it gets deflected, and we somehow come down with the interception. That was an odd play. It looked like it hit somebody in the knee or something, and it popped right up in the air. Woodhouse comes down with it, and once again, Texas A&M makes another mistake that bites them. So once again, I have to say A&M has been the better team. But they've just been making too many mistakes, I would say. Delato should be open. That was a little bit of a dangerous pass, but he does come down with it to bring up 1st and 10 from the 38. Great job from our O-line to give us plenty of time. And once again, we hit Troy Delato down the middle. We're going to dish it off to Moore. Can he make a play with his legs? He's going to get a huge 1st down to the 2-yard line. He is pretty easily, too, for yet another touchdown of the year from the dominant senior running back. Look, we're slowly starting to kind of get our feel for this game. Another great play from our defensive line. I believe that was Page who gets the sack. A&M, I think those turnovers are finally starting to catch up to them. We're not going to fool around and give the ball to Mafah on 3rd and 3. They do make a great play, though, defensively. A little bit of risky decision going for it on 4th and 2 at midfield. It didn't pay off for us, really, last time. We're going to go for it now. Mafah should be open on the outside. He's going to get it and pick up plenty of yards. And that's a massive 1st down for us. We're going to give Mafah a bit of a breather and put in Keith Adams on this 3rd and 1. Plenty of space. One more quarter. Even if we get a field goal here, we'll be in pretty decent shape. TJ Moore comes down with it. Not a really good throw. It's pretty dangerous, but he comes down with it anyway. And we're completely in control of this game at this point. 3rd and 6. They're going empty formation. They do find Moose Muhammad wide open for a 1st down. Bigman does have this team marching down the field. They are going to go I formation. They do a fake. We were all over that, and Sammy Brown comes up with a huge sack. Once again, A&M's drive is in jeopardy after driving down the field. They're going to run it once again, and somehow it's going to pay off. Wow, we were asleep at the wheel there. Starting to think about the semifinal game on a 3rd and 17. They run it, and they go right into the end zone. Owens continues his great game. Force A&M to use their last timeout. 3rd and 7. Mafah breaks a tackle. He's close to getting a first down. It could be 4th and 2. I'd say let's try to end this game here. We are going to run the ball. I'm going to give the ball off to Jay Haynes on the left here. See if we can end this game. Not going to be even close, though, however. Right at midfield. Oh, wow, we got beat deep just like that. They are in the 21, so it's not over yet. 3rd and goal. They are going to find him back in the end zone. He looked like he was out of bounds. They'll probably have to review that. So they are reviewing this. Looked out of bounds to me. But I guess even after the review, he was in bounds, surprisingly, somewhat. They're already going to go for a 2-point conversion to cut to 3 points. Wagman's just going to take it himself, and he's going to bully his way in. This is basically the game here if we can recover it. It's a pretty good one, actually. That was a pretty great onside kick. Stellato, whoo, comes to our rescue there. That was a great onside kick. I was getting worried that was just going to fall right in between our guys. And that is going to do it, guys. We're going to move to the semifinals. Let's see who we face next. So it is going to be Oregon. I was honestly hoping to play Alabama, probably. I think they would have matched up a little bit better than us. Oregon obviously is going to be fast and explosive. They have Heisman winner Dylan Gabriel on the team. Tons of explosive playmakers. This is going to be a very, very difficult game with a chance to go to the finals. So Oregon, in my opinion, is without a doubt the best team we've played all season, at least on this game. Their only losses so far this year came against first-ranked Ohio State by 7 points. They beat number 3 Michigan by 10. They beat Washington by 24, and then they lost again to Ohio State by only 5. They beat Alabama by 17. Right before that, in the first round, they beat Iowa pretty comfortably. If we don't come out firing from the opening whistle, we could easily go down by 3 scores just like that. All right, the Orange Bowl is here. The finals are on the line. We have a very, very difficult game against Oregon. We cannot come out slow like we had the last couple games, or else we will get absolutely embarrassed in this game. So just like that, it's going to be 3rd and 8. Chris Stellato is open. The nice little route there he had. He's going to pick us up a huge first down. It's a great start to this game so far. Haynes is open. He's going to keep his feet. Oh my goodness, he might score. What a play. Jay Haynes just keeps making play after play. Thought it was going to be a 3 or 4 yard gain. It ends up being almost a touchdown. Once again, amazing run that he had. We're going to try to pound the ball in here with Mafah. Give us an early lead, but Oregon is just so stiff. We have not been able to get the ball in the end zone with Mafah. We're going to have to try to pass the ball here. Not a whole lot open. Oh, man. So Oregon has really tightened up their defense after that play by Haynes. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 3. We are going to go for it. Hopefully we can get in the end zone. TJ Moore's open. He's going to score. I don't know if they were expecting us to run the ball or not, but we do pass it. And we do get a big score after getting stuffed 3 straight plays. And Oregon is right at midfield now. Fortunately, the defense couldn't get them off the field. But a great play from our defense to force a 4 yard loss is going to set Oregon up at 2nd and 14. Oregon's committing to the ground game. They pick up 6. It's going to be 3rd and 8. Once again, our defense is forced a 3rd down. Let's see if we can get them off the field now. And we do. That was great pressure from our defensive line. So we are at 3rd and long after that first down we had. TJ Moore looks open. Maybe if he can beat the safety. I think he can. TJ Moore is having a breakout game. He's going to score 14-0. He is having an absolute breakout. Just like that. TJ Moore, we talked about him the very beginning of the season. He is showing his best stuff near the end of the year. And this guy is going to be a danger these next couple of seasons. Once again, I'm going to hand the ball to Jordan James, who's going to find a huge opening. We're up 2nd and 13. Send the running back in motion. He's going to try to go deep. Oh, man. We don't have the speed to match him. And Oregon is going to get on the board very quickly with just 2 huge plays on offense. It is going to bring up a 3rd and 13. Britain still might be open if we can fit it outside. No, it's too easy of a play for their defense. Once again, going to James. He's so shifty. After the incomplete pass, it is going to be 3rd and 5. Can our defense make a big play and get Oregon off the field is the question now. They're going to go deep. They are slinging it. Oh, man, they get right by Shelton Lewis. Just barely. Tez Johnson. Just a little too fast for Lewis. He's 2nd and goal from the 5. Send a guy in motion. A little jet toss. But unfortunately, he finds the opening. The O-line does a great job for Oregon, and it's going to be tie game. We were just saying we can't get too overconfident. Can't go, fall asleep at the wheel. And just like that, it's going to be 14 to 14. 3rd and 15. Yeah, another drive that unfortunately is going to fall flat. Oregon's going to come out in empty formation here. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Once again, James catching the ball and running the ball is just lighting us up right now. Oregon's going to be out on the pistol now. 1:20 to go before halftime. Ferguson, a little too shifty for our linebacker. He's going to get down to the 9-yard line. So 3rd and goal. Can our defense make a stand and only allow a field goal? Be a big play here. We're going to drop it off to Ferguson. It's going to go out of bounds. So it looks like our defense is going to hold up. All things considered, after the bad punt, a couple easy first downs, I won't be too upset about that. Take a few more shots here. We do have, like I said, 3 timeouts left. Going to try to get TJ Moore into some space. He's not really open. We are going to go to Stellato, which is a great throw by Klubnik. So suddenly we are at the 44. We do have a slim chance of maybe getting a field goal. Stellato right back to him. Another first down. Another great play by Klubnik. Hits Tyler Brown. We're going to use a 2nd timeout. We might be in field goal range. 48 yards, that's really asking a lot. 48 yards is really asking a lot from our kicker. It's not going to be easy. Let's see what Robert Gunn can do here. I think we're going to be off. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Man, that went in. That surprised me. I thought that was going to be off. I did not time it right. Robert Gunn comes up huge. So we get a surprising field goal at the end here. It's going to be 17-17. If the second half is anything like the first half, it's going to be a very, very interesting and bumpy ride. So luckily that field goal from Gunn really does help us. With Oregon starting off with the ball in the second half, they could easily go up 2 scores if we didn't get that field goal. Gabriel's trying to scramble, but we get a huge sack though. Cade Denhoff comes up with a huge sack on that last play. We haven't seen a lot of him this season. He comes out in a 4-3. He makes it all count though. Going to hand the ball off to James. It's going to be a big 3rd and 12. They're going to go deep here. Oh, man. I think they have him. Oh, we got beat once again. The speed of Oregon's receivers on a 3rd and 12, that just can't happen. Bad play call on my end, apparently. Evan Stewart torches Avion Terrell, unfortunately. Bring him 2nd and 9. Pretty much right at midfield. Jake Bridensteel coming right down the middle. That's a huge first down, and we are rocking and rolling once again. It's a good response so far from the offense. Got to get into the end zone, though. It's going to be at the 28-yard line. Little play action to Mafah. We're going to give it the ball still to him. He's going to pick up a big first down. We're going back to number 7. 1st and goal from the 6. He's going to get us a little bit closer. So this is a big, huge play. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. We are going to pass it. We're going to send Brennan still in motion and try to hit him, hopefully. He gets lit up, too. Only gets 1 yard. I have to put this red zone drive blame on me. That was not a good last couple plays. We are going to go empty, though. 4th and goal from the 4. Klubnik might have a little bit of space. We're going to dish off to Mafah, and he drops it. Oh, that's a bad, unfortunate drop. Thought he was going to be able to hold on to it. He did take a little bit of a hit there. Obviously, he's more known for his running than catching, but that gives us a huge... But as I'm talking, we do get a safety. Barrett Carter in the defense. We finally get a stop on James when it really counted. We do get 2 points out of that, luckily, and the ball back. As I'm commiserating, our defense absolutely makes a huge play. Steps up. Barrett Carter and the defense gets a huge play. Does get us 2 points. And Oregon's going to kick the ball out of bounds. Just like that, we do have a nice little ray of hope here. Oregon still should be opening. Oh, man, good play by their corner. He's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 from our 36-yard line. TJ Moore might be able to make a play. Comes down with it, but unfortunately gets popped and loses the ball. Unfortunately, we cannot capitalize on the safety from our defense. We're going to have to punt the ball right back to Oregon. And 4 from the 41. A little pitch pass to James, who does it all himself. Picks up a 1st down. That's just poor defense. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12. Switch to the wrong guy there, and we get punished for it. Meant to go on the linebacker so I could cover James. That didn't work out at all. Oregon's in the driver's seat. They have a number 99 apparently on their team. That's odd. So Oregon's going to come out in Wildcat. Why not? James has been amazing. Let's see what they do here. They're taking off to the outside. Not bad from our defense. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 here. Can we stop him? Stop for only 3 points. James is going to go in motion. We get a huge sack. TJ Parker, who's been a clutch all season. That might have just saved our season right there. So this is almost do or die at this point with the 3rd quarter almost winding out. We're down by 8. We give up any more points to Oregon without us scoring. This game's probably over. Haynes is going to have a nice run here. Breaks off almost 20 yards. Once again, Haynes is looking amazing. And the ball up to Mafah here. First play of the 4th quarter. He's going to have a nice opening. Pick up a 1st down. Jay Haynes is going to slot right back in there with Mafah a little dinged up. I'm going to try to do a little screen play here to him. Have some blockers. We pick up a good 1st down. It's going to set up a 2nd and 7. Brown should be open. Can he get the 1st down? It's going to be just short. We're again going to go no huddle. Hope Jay Haynes can pick us up a 1st down. Ooh, and he gets absolutely leveled. Probably should have just taken our time a little bit there and put in Keith Adams. It's going to bring up a 4th and 1. This could be the season. We're going to get the ball to Keith Adams here. Can he get 1 yard for us? And he does. He's been clutch many times this season. I haven't called a touch pass in a while. We are going to try to get Stellato out wide. Hopefully he can use his speed to get in the end zone here and get a nice chunk. Makes a huge play. Does it all himself. He cuts it inside. Hurdles a defender. We have an opportunity here to tie this thing up. What a wild game this has been. So debating a little bit back and forth if we should run the ball or not. We are going to pass it. We're going to try to get Klubnik out wide here. See what we can do. Braden Stool's open. It is tied at 27. What a response from our offense. So the question once again is going to be, can our defense make a play? Haven't really yet this game, but they have all year. Gonna do a little bubble screen. Gonna be just under 4 minutes when this ball gets snapped. Time is ticking. Little play action. Fools me, fools our defense as well. Ferguson's gonna be wide open and they're down to the 39-yard line. Unfortunately, like I said, they're pretty much right in field goal range for the most part. Now they definitely are, and they get a big 1st down there. So just about 3 minutes to go. We're going to have to start wondering if we should use our timeouts now at this point. It's a nice play by TJ Parker to force a pretty good loss there. I think we are going to try and save our timeouts, just get them off the field, hopefully only allow a field goal. But we got to get a stop here. Which we do. Denhoff gets his second sack of the game. He's been on fire. So 52-yard field goal. Does Oregon's kicker have some clutch genes in him? We'll find out. Oh, no. Was it roughing the kicker? No way. He made it anyway, but it's probably going to give him a first down. Oh, man. All the times to do that. That might have just been our season. Roughing the kicker. They make it anyway. They're going to get a first down off that. Could chew up a ton of clock now. Oh, wow. We're in trouble now. I didn't quite catch who that was who roughed the kicker. But that is a very, very costly penalty now. At this point, I didn't even purposely let them score, but at this point it makes sense. Now, instead of a touchdown winning the game, we need a touchdown just to tie it. We're going to have to go 81 yards. Mafah's kind of dinged up. Klubnik's had a great game. He's going to have to string together at least one more amazing drive. We do start off with Tyler Brown, who does pick up 9. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 here, minute 54 to go. Moore should be open again. Pick up 8 yards. Luckily, he does get out of bounds, so the clock is going to stop. We are going to run it with Keith Adams and try to get on the ball quickly here. Adams just is it short. It's going to be 4th and inches. Dang it. Okay, so we're going to have to really quickly here. I'm going to have to just run the same play. They're going to know we're running the ball anyway. It doesn't matter. Got to get a first down here. And we do get it. We're going to go play action here. This might be a mistake since we're not looking at the whole playbook. Do a little play action. Antonio Williams might be open. I think he is. Can he get there? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a response. This has been an absolute barn burner of a game. Antonio Williams is in the stadium. We got little bugs galore here, but it's okay. Antonio Williams is going to pick up a huge touchdown. Once again, though, honestly, the danger of us scoring this soon, as we've seen all game, is Oregon's offense is going to get the ball with quite a bit of time left. 1:07. 2 timeouts still for Oregon. 31-yard line. Oh, man. The curl route gets Avon Terrell to bite. 2nd and 10. Gable's in the empty formation. Right at midfield. A nice job defensively. 3rd and 5. This is a huge play here. If we can get a stop here, they're going to have to probably punt the ball. The running back looks open to me. And we forced the incomplete pass. That was massive. They had a lot of time. They are going to have to punt the ball. Hand the ball off to Mafah, who does find a nice opening. Maybe make something happen here. We're going to do a quick little play to Stellato and call an immediate timeout. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. We have 1 second left right at midfield, so we actually do have a chance for a Hail Mary. Hopefully the offensive line can give us some time here. We could check it deep. We have a lot of time here. We're going to sling it. It'll be a 50-50 ball. Penalty. Let's see what happened. Maybe a roughing the passer, maybe? No way. A defensive pass interference? Oh, wow. A 57-yard field goal or a Hail Mary. Oh, wow. The odds are very low for this. I can barely even read the thing, but we are going to try for a field goal here. It's very unlikely, but I like our chances a little bit better than a Hail Mary. Oh, wow, we're going to be way off. Well, we probably should have just done a Hail Mary at that point. Gunn had one of the worst kicks I think I've ever seen, but can't blame him. That was a huge field goal. So we are going to overtime. We said this was going to be a pretty crazy second half. I think it lived up to the expectations this whole game in general. But we'll see what we can do with the national championship up for grabs. Oregon's going to choose tails. We win the toss. We are going to start on defense. I think we might have a good chance to win, but we'll have to just see what we can do. Going to hand the ball off to James. We've done a little bit better at stopping him. Or a little RPO. Peter Woods is all over that, and just like that's going to be 3rd and 18. So to bring up a 3rd and 18, our defense has been coming up huge here on these first 2 plays. One more stop here would be massive. Going to go deep. We're going to get another sack on them, our 5th sack of the game, and that's going to be out of field goal range at this point. It must be. So are they just going to do a Hail Mary? They're going to punt the ball to us. I don't know what kind of good that will do, but all we should need is a field goal, and we will be going to the national championship game. So Tony Mafah is still pretty injured. We're going to put Keith Adams in the game. Hopefully he can get us into a little bit of a closer field goal range, and let's win this game. Great run from Adams down to the 17-yard line. We're going to get the ball right back to him, just on the opposite side. And he's going to inch his way closer and closer. We're now down to the 10-yard line. I'm not going to risk a fumble, an interception, anything. We're going to send out Robert Gunn right here for a 27-yard field goal. Very makeable for a chance to go to the national championship. And the Clemson Tigers are going to the big game. What a game. Wow. Wow. I did not like our chances, I'll be honest with you. Midway through the game, we absolutely battled back. We were the Orange Bowl champions, but most importantly, we are going to the national championship game here. And wow, just like that, I was not expecting this, guys. I was not expecting us to be in the national championship game year 1. But this team has come together. Our defense has been great. Our offense has been steady. And we are just 1 game away now for the ultimate dream. So it will be us and Ohio State, number 1 seed versus the number 2 seed. You could not ask for a much better game than that. This is going to be an absolute wild game. The only team to have beaten Oregon twice. We saw how big of a game that was against Oregon. Ohio State should be even more competition. It is not going to be easy, but I am very excited to hop into this game. So it's not much of a surprise. Ohio State has been absolutely dominant this season. They're the only 1-loss team in the whole nation. Their only loss this year, ironically, came the last regular season game of the year against Michigan by 3 points. But they bounced back. They beat Oregon in the conference championship. They took care of Utah. They beat Liberty easily. And now here we are facing them in the national championship. Before we hop in, I do want to quickly look at Ohio State's team, see what we're up against. Will Howard has been absolutely unreal. 47 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. You could definitely make the case that he should have been the Heisman winner. That is unbelievable stats. Over at running back, I mean, there's not much to say. Quinshon Judkins, 15 touchdowns, only 621 yards, but you also have Trayvon Henderson with over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns as well. That's 22 touchdowns on the ground just between those 2 running back. Over at receiver, oh my goodness, 20 touchdowns for freshman Jeremiah Smith. That is just unbelievable. G. Scott, 7 touchdowns. Egbuka, 8 touchdowns. Carnell Tate, 6 touchdowns. I mean, pick your poison. It's just unbelievable, this Ohio State team. And so here we come. This has been one heck of a season, whether we win or lose this one. I think we have a lot to be proud of. This is a team that's been kind of struggling these last few seasons in real life. The fact we're able to rebound and make it to a national championship, you know, I think that's a lot to be proud of. But we're not here just for a participation award. We're here to win this thing. So we will be starting with the ball first. It's important that we get off to a good start and get a good drive here. I'm going to dump it off to Mafah. He brings it down for 7 yards. It's a good start. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 2. Mafah is a little shaken up. He's already kind of banged up. So we're going to put in Keith Adams for this 3rd and 2 play. Luckily, our power back does pick up a big first down, and we do get our first down of the game. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 10. We're going to look to hit Adams here on a little screen play. Looks open. Did a good job from our O-line. Adams is going to take it down to midfield, pick up a good first down. Unfortunately, our drive really stalled out. 3 straight passing plays, and we're going to have to punt the ball. All incompletions. We're going to bring a man in motion. Little play action fools us. Their tight end is running right up down the field. See where our defense can get them off the field. Will Howard connects on a big play. Unfortunately, that's going to bring him right down to the 24. Once again, Ohio State's going to be in a 3rd down situation, 3rd and 6 from our 20-yard line. Do a little play action. We bite on it. We miss it. Oh, man. I whiff on the sack thinking that they're going to be running the ball. We can't deflect the pass, and they're going to score right off the bat. A really good first drive going before things stalled out with 3 incomplete passes. We are going to try to work the ball to our running backs much more in this next drive. Mafah again keep doing well. He gets a first down. Very difficult to pass on Ohio State so far. We're going to have to keep just running the ball. 2nd and 10. Mafah has a huge hole. Once again, he's ripping off another first down. Tyler Brown is going to be open. It's going to be 4th and inches, so right at midfield. We're definitely going to go for it. So we are going to bring Keith Adams in here on 4th and inches. It's a great block from our O-line. He is going to pick up a first down. We are going to put Jay Haynes in here for this play. Another nice job. He gets popped, but he hangs onto the ball and gets a nice 6-yard gain. We're bringing up a 2nd and 4 from the 29-yard line. Haynes is open again. Picks up a nice first down for us, and we have a nice drive going. It's to be 3rd and 5 here on this first play in the 2nd quarter. Ohio State guy looked like he was offsides. Jake Brennan is open down the middle. We do find him. He almost gets in the end zone, but he is going to pick up a first down. 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6. I wouldn't mind trying to run it with Klubnik either. Oh, wow. Oh, man, I'm trying to get rid of the ball. Unfortunately, we don't. Trying to get the ball out. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. Their defensive end was right on us. And a sure touchdown now is going to be probably just a field goal. But Mafah's going to get the ball on this halfback screen, pick up some yards, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to have to kick a field goal, unfortunately. There is a flag, though. We hit the field goal, but there is a flag. And it is going to be a roughing the kicker. So after it hurt us last game, it is going to go in our favor for once. So we do get very lucky. So 2nd and 2. Big Keith Adams is going to be in the game. But run it right up the middle. Let's try to tie this game up. And we do. Adams bulldozes his way in there. That must be his 9th or 10th touchdown easily this season. And just like that, it's going to be a 3rd down. If we can get them off the field for a 3-and-out, that would be huge. We're going to dish it right off to Henderson, though, who's going to break tackles and, oh, man, get all the way down to the 44. Both of these running backs they have are just so dangerous, just like Oregon, really. And we're seeing how good they can be right now. Oh, man, the read option, we totally bet on that. So 4 minutes to go before the end of the half. Ohio State's driving, 3rd and 6. Ooh, and Howard's just a little bit off. He was open. We're going to get kind of lucky there. Ohio State's going to have to settle for a field goal now. So all things considered, that's not too bad then. Ohio State scores 3. Looked like they were well on their way to scoring a touchdown. And just like that, it's going to be 3rd and 4. We'll bring Mafah in motion. Slaughter has a ton of space here down the middle. He's going to pick up a big first down to the 36-yard line. So 1st and 10, 3 minutes to go. Going to hand the ball off to Mafah. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to juke a guy out. And he's going to make another huge run. We just have to keep giving him the ball because he is just making play after play for us. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. We'll probably look for Stellato first. Plenty of time. We might just try to run it. Unfortunately, a little too late to respond on that. We're not going to pick up anything. So it is going to bring up a 3rd and 12 here. We're not a great situation. Let's see what we can do. Tyler Brown, can he get there? He fights on and he gets a first down. That's a massive, gutsy play by him. Go right back to passing the ball. Brennan's still going to get 5 yards. 3 timeouts, 2nd and goal. I'd love to try to run it here, all 3 plays if we need to. We'll give the ball to Mafah. He makes a nice little couple-yard gain right there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3 from the 3-yard line. We're going to run the ball once again as the clock winds down. Mafah, can he get in there? He's going to be short once again. Either probably hit more. I mean, we have a couple options here, but we might hit more. We might hit Mafah. Let's just see what happens. Mafah might be open. We waited just a second too long. They're going to tackle him for no gain. So we are going to unfortunately have to turn the ball over. I don't mind going for it in that circumstance, but unfortunately that probably wasn't a very good play call. And that could be a huge turning point in this game. So that's going to bring up halftime. Unfortunately, we were not able to convert on that 4th and goal. And we are going to be trailing going into the second half. Not what we wanted at all. And we're going to be giving the ball back to Ohio State here to start the third quarter. Will Howard's having a solid game. We could see why he was so good throughout the regular season. Oh, man, Henderson just rips off a massive gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 14. Our defense has to tighten up now. We run it with Judkins. He's just too fast for our defense. He's going to score. Put Ohio State up by 10 points, and we're in trouble right now. After the Brennan Stoll catch, it's going to be 2nd and 2. We're going to run the ball off to Mafah, who fumbles the ball. That's going to make this game even more difficult now to come back on. That is a massive, massive turnover. Luckily, Page does a nice job to force a 4-yard loss, but we may get him out of field goal range if we can avoid a big play here. We're going to go deep. They do complete it, unfortunately. That may be just enough for a field goal. And it looks like, yep, it's going to be good. So, could have been worse. We're going to be down by 13 now. Obviously, we need 2 touchdowns. So Mafah hopefully can come out and redeem himself a little bit now. He's going to break a huge tackle. He's going to have a lot of space. So just like that, he did redeem himself quite a bit. So we're bring up a 3rd and 2. Jay Haynes is in the game now. Should be open. He has plenty of space on the outside. He's going to pick up a nice gain. So Mafah's pretty clearly dinged up. We're going to take him out of the game. We're going to put Jay Haynes in now. He should be open. That's great blocking. He's not even going to be touched. And we give our offense and our team some hope here in this national championship game, cutting it down to 7 points. Need them to get the ball to our offense again. They're going to go deep. Oh, no. Right over both of our defenders' heads. Tate's going to take it all the way down to the 1-yard line. That split-second hesitation. And Ohio State's going to just walk into the end zone. So that touchdown does very little for us in hindsight. And once again, we're going to need 2 touchdowns to get back in this game. Ohio State's going to try to go for 2 points here to make it a 14-point game. That's a good decision on their end. See if our defense can at least make a stop here. Little jet motion, little jet pass. We do stuff them. Right at the 1-minute mark of the third quarter, down by 12 points. We're at midfield. Tyler Brown does find some space. He does get open. We're at 1st and 10. We're going to dump it off to Haynes, who's open, makes a play. We're going to do no huddle here to try to just save as much time as we can. Going to hand the ball off to Haynes. After struggling to score almost all game, we have just marched right down the field just like that. This is the part where we've been really struggling at. 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. I'm going to hand the ball off to Haynes, who's going to score his 2nd touchdown of the game. So the 4th quarter is up. Ohio State has the ball. We are down by 5 points. A touchdown from Ohio State will pretty much end this game. A field goal will make it 8 points, gives us a slim chance. But we just got to make stops, and our defense has to make a play every time they're on the field, really. 1st and 10. First play of the 4th quarter. Howard's once again going to kill us on the read option. So it's kind of risky bringing a blitz here on 3rd and 3, but I think that's what we're going to do. Unfortunately, they counter that perfectly, and oh my goodness, they're going to score. Hard to say, 3rd and 3. Ohio State's been really liking to run the ball. Obviously, in hindsight, I wish I wouldn't have brought that much pressure. Ohio State knew exactly what we were going to be doing, and they just absolutely punished us. So 2nd and 10, we are going to come out and empty. Again, we got to get a touchdown quick and just hope our defense can make a stop. Tyler Brown makes a nice catch. That was really close to being picked off. We're going to have to go no huddle here. We don't have any time to waste. Oh, man, Stellato was open. That was just a lazy throw on my end. We threw it right to their defensive tackle. That was just a really poor and lazy throw on my part. And this is pretty much the game right now, 4th and 6. We're going to send Stellato in motion. Tyler Brown keeps the game alive with a big catch. Bring up 3rd and 2. Hit Brennan Stoll once again on a quick play. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Brennan Stoll's open on the drag route. He refuses to quit. Man, he's just breaking tackle after tackle. And he's going to score easily. So we are refusing to quit in this game, despite the fact that our defense is just struggling and giving up big play after big play. Our offense is keeping us in this game. Defense has to buckle down at this point. They're going to run the ball. Denhoff does a great job to pick up a 5-yard loss. So 3rd and 12 here. This is literally our season on the line. 1st down here in this game is pretty much over. They're going to pass it. They're going to go deep too. Looks like he's going to try to take it. He is going to slide tackle. And we are going to get the ball back on 4th and 8. That was a massive stop by our defense. So can Klubnik and the offense do it one more time? They've been really good today, especially in the second half. But this is the biggest moment of the season now. Oh, man, I waited. We got very lucky we fell on that ball. I think we're going to have to try and just get some sort of positive yards here. They're going to be bringing a huge blitz. We're lucky to even get that off. It's going to be 4th and 15. To make a clutch play. It's going to be a flag. Did we get bailed out on the flag? Pass interference. Pass interference on their safety, and we are going to live to fight another day. Unreal. That was a terrible decision on my part. So just like that, we're already at a 3rd and 7. Only a minute to go now. Brown is open. He's going to get a 1st down. We're going to call no huddle here. We send Brendan Stoll on an out route. Try to hit him to the sideline. He should be open. National championship on the line. 51 seconds to go. 2nd and 5. TJ Moore. He beats him. Can he stay in bounds? Okay. That was a big play. Ohio State's going to have an injury. Jack Sawyer. Look, Antonio Williams way on the left side. Should be open. He is. He stays in bounds. And we are going to use our 2nd timeout on the ball with Mafah. Try to throw him off a little bit on defense. He is hobbled up. He does get us 3 yards, though. We did have to burn another timeout there. We did burn our last one. We have 19 seconds to go, so if we don't get it here, we're going to run the ball with Keith Adams. If we can't get it here, we'll just have to do no huddle and just try to make something magical happen with 19 seconds to go. He's going to run into a brick wall, so we don't really get much there. We're going to have to go no huddle and really hurry up here. We're going to send Stellato on an out route. 10 seconds to go. Ooh. Oh, man. Shoot. Okay. 4th and goal. We rushed that one just a little bit. Stellato was kind of open. And this is the game. National championship on the line. You cannot ask for much more than this. Stellato's going to be our first read probably, but if the outside is open, we're going to try to run it with Klubnik. It's now open. We're going to go to the left. Can Klubnik get in there? And he does! Klubnik with his feet. He's just been wheeling and dealing and doing everything he could for us all game. And with 2 seconds left, Klubnik scrambles for a touchdown. Oh my goodness. I wanted to go to the right side. That's just the way I usually like to run the ball with the quarterback. The left side looked open, and we just took off. Oh, my goodness. Wild, you could not ask for a more intense, crazy national championship game. We're just going to do a little bit of a sort of a squib kick. We're going to keep it in bounds, so they have to return it. All we need to do is make one stop here. We make the stop, and we win the national championship. Oh, my goodness. The Tigers are going wild. That was absolutely insane. Our defense struggled to make a stop. It really didn't matter at the end. Our offense just was undeniably amazing. Wow. I'm struggling to even figure out what to say, guys, because that was just so crazy. I was not expecting to win that, to be quite honest with you. down 10 points late in the game. Defense just couldn't make a stop. What really helped us at the end was the fact that Ohio State was scoring so fast that just time wasn't coming off. So it gave our offense enough time just to run down the field and do their thing. But what a season. I mean, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting a national championship in 1 year. I wanted to keep this to a 3-year rebuild. We win the Natty in year 1, and now we have to really kind of see, do we do a new team now next up? Do we try to run it back in year 2? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this because I'm open to anything, whatever you guys think. So once again, guys, we do win the national championship on an amazing walk-off drive. If you think we should try to run it back, I don't know who's going to be leaving, who's going to be staying. Our recruiting class, to be quite honest, is not exactly what I want it to be. But there's so many teams we could try to rebuild and try to do this, 3, 4, 5-year rebuild challenge with. Jake Brennenstuhl projected to be a 5th-round pick. I think he should be at least a 3rd round, in my opinion. Barrett Carter, 1st round, no surprise. Phil Mafah, 6th round. I think that's drastically underrated. I think he should be a 2nd or 3rd round pick. But who knows? So a lot of seniors, and it looks like nobody's really going to be leaving who are young guys, which is great. That's a huge surprise, really. We do have a high persuasion chance of keeping Adam Randall. We might as well try. He's the only guy trying to leave. And he's decided to stay, so we have our kick returner for next season if we decide to come back. Take a quick look at the transfer portal. Cade Klubnik comes back, so we really don't need a quarterback. Although Brock Vandegrift might be interesting from Kentucky. I have several 4-star rated running backs if we want to go that route. We lost out on the top running back recruit. We had Keshawn Noel. Although our 3 backups did amazing, in my opinion. I don't know if we even need to bother with getting another running back. Dallin Hayden from Colorado might be interesting. CJ Baxter from Texas. There's several options. For at receiver, Nick Harbor. I know this guy is super hyped up. And for good reason. This guy's a beast. South Carolina has 2 guys in the transfer portal. Several 4-star guys. Tons of good options if we want to go that route. Our receivers were perfectly fine. We don't really lose anybody either. But before we go into this transfer portal and kind of doing more offseason recruiting, let me know, guys, if you think I should stay around for year 2. Try to make this a little bit of a dynasty, so to speak, in 3 years. Try to run it back, see if we can win it again or not. We bring back a vast majority of our team from this season that we lost. So let me know. I would be very curious. I'm more than willing to do another team as well. Just let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. I hope you guys enjoyed this rebuild. This was a heck of a season. I know this is over an hour, so anybody who finished watching this, I really appreciate it. Until next time, this is To The Point Sports. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time.